When you look back at your life, what kind of memories come to your mind? Would you live it over again?
No. No way. I was too poor when I was young. I don't want to go back. You see that sauna over there? When I was building that, I worked day and night. No sleep hardly at all.
Well, a sauna vihta is a sauna switch. My dad makes the vihta for us, but he's getting old. He don't go out. He probably would pick maybe better vihta material than me, but he told me, he said, I get good vihta material. I try and pick out the young shoots, and then they gotta be uniform. You can't just take any cedar branch off a tree and make a vihta out of it. My dad takes patience in tying it, he trims it, and I think he does make the best sauna vihta. Anybody can make a vihta with binder twine and tie it, but he ties it like the Finlanders do in Finland. He ties it with the white birch branch. And he does a good job of it. I haven't quite learned to tie the vihta, but I intend to before Dad passes away.
Someday I'll be telling my grandchildren about my grandfather, on what he was like, what he did. And he's seen a lot, and I wish I can see the same things he has. He'll tell me about the stuff he did. It just makes you start to think and wonder what would have been like. But I suppose in my generations, I'll be telling my grandchildren and that about how it was, and they'll start to wonder and just want to keep all our thoughts through it.
While I was going to beauty school is when we built the first one, and that's what I do. I got a cedar barrel sauna business and a beauty shop. So my husband kind of hemmed and hawed and scratched his head. He says, well, I think we can figure out how to make one. And little by little, it took us about a month, and he built me one, and it was all rough lumber, and he welded the stove himself, and it worked great. We loved that thing. Next thing you know, we had to build one for a friend and a friend of a friend, and next thing you know, I was recruiting the neighbors, and the kids were coming and working for me for pizza, and I had my daughters in here and their friends, and everybody was trying to help me keep up with all this orders coming in. And originally, we were the first ones to ever make one that was 12 foot long with a changing room. Nobody had ever done it. And the funny thing is these big corporations like in Finland and stuff, like Heavenly Saunas and that, they started copying us after we made one. And I thought, well, that's pretty good if we got the big corporate places copying little of us, So that was pretty funny.
I remember watching Mrs. Pelto and Mrs. Niemisto make rag rugs.
Yeah, they had those old-fashioned looms that made a lot of noise, and you could hear them all over town. Boom, boom,
and they
boom,
really
boom.
couldn't speak English, but somehow we communicated with them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm really, really thankful that we got to witness that generation, their hard work, and they could do a lot with little, like our grandmother.
In the evenings, I just sneak here. I don't even tell anybody where I go because everybody's watching TV. And summer evenings, I just make rugs at the summertime because I don't know where to put in the wintertime. These carpet looms take so much room. So then after a while, they come outside and they hear this pounding, so they know where Mother is. She's pounding the rugs in the garage there. But in Finland, we used to have it in the house, 2 or 3 sets of carpet looms, and there was lots of noises. Then, so nobody can even go sleep. My mother and father, they had a farm. It's not too big, but just 6, 7 milking cows it was, and